Well, what's up? I'm at the shop and we're gonna start from organization because let me show you, it's so bad here. You see this corner? I need to clean up this area. I need to clean up the area under this table, the table. This is the belt sander that I'm using. I'm gonna show you my setup later, but right now I'm gonna start with cleaning up this whole area because I need to move my toolbox, my saw. By the way, guys, $300 bandsaw. We'll see what it's capable of. Okay, let's go clean up. Okay, I put this guy together. It was a little bit weird, but you know, it feels cheap and Chinese, but I'm okay with that. So my first recommendation, before you assemble the whole thing fully the way you need it, take apart all these little things, the jaws, and clean up all this grease. And I'm also gonna change the blade because I don't like this one. I think this one is a 14 TPI. I have a different one, I'll show you later, and it's all grease on these things. You see, it's pretty bad, so you don't want that. When you cut anything, I'll show you how to cut it clean and nice without any liquids or grease especially. So yeah, I'm gonna wipe everything off with acetone, and yeah, and I'm gonna fully assemble this thing. Well, I'm finally ready to show you my pretty cheap setup, and I already used this bandsaw because I was pretty busy and I really couldn't film anything. So I'm gonna show you something that I adjusted to actually make it cut straight, because it wasn't straight at all. It was pretty bad. So I'm gonna show you something about this little bandsaw. It's pretty cheap, not the best quality. I highly recommend to change the blade because I'm using the one that it comes with the bandsaw, because I bought a different one, but for some reason they sent me a wrong size, so it doesn't fit there at all. I tried, trust me. Anyway, yeah, the original blade is not the best. It's too thin. It's like it's easy to bend it, so, and sometimes it doesn't cut straight, square, unfortunately. Okay, let me show you the most essential equipment and tools that you need to have in your home shop or home garage, whatever you call it. Okay, let's start from this small setup. This is as much room as I can use here. It's like my max. This is my tiny little toolbox, which is like $350 for the whole thing. I think it's Husky, yeah. So what I have here, some tools, also here gloves in case. I have this magnet thing for bolts and stuff. This is very important one. This is all for drilling and stuff like that. Remember I showed you this thing? So you see this, come on, I know you can do it. Wait, maybe like this, yeah. It's a single cut, like E-file for cleaning up after cutting there and after belt sander. So this thing removes deburrs, so you have a really nice and clean cut, so you can weld it without any trash. This camera is kind of annoying, honestly. Anyway, yeah, all the tools here. This is some other stuff that I need, a lot of random stuff. This is the cutting jig here because I like to have it by the saw so I don't need to walk anywhere. Yeah, this is some cardboard that I use to build something before I actually cut it off actual metal. I'm gonna show you interesting trick how I built intercooler tanks. So this is some random stuff here also. This is my tie roses stuff. If you guys didn't know, yes, I used to make titanium roses, now I don't really. Some screwdrivers and stuff like that. So yeah, this is my toolbox, and I highly recommend to have like set up like that. That way it's not too expensive, it's not too big, and I like this wood top, so I can use it as a table, you know, to assemble something and get ready some parts and stuff like that. Okay, belt sander, guys. Belt sander from Harbor Freight. I think it's about the same price as the Bandsaw. Is like 300, 350, something like that. One thing about the actual belt. So this one is the original that comes with the machine, and it's trash. Like, I could not prep even one side of a cut elbow. It doesn't work at all. It's so bad. So it's just trash. I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna throw this thing away. So you need to order a ceramic belt. I will leave in description under this video what kind of belt I use. I'm not sure if you can buy it without an account, because they're not available online just like in regular stores. But as I know, you can find a similar one from 3M. This is some German brand. Anyway, I will show you what it is. This is the best what you can get, especially if you work with stainless steel. It's more expensive than the cheap trash. Yeah, right, it's more expensive, but it lasts much longer, and it does the job quick, and it doesn't overheat the parts. So after you belt sand anything on this belt, it welds pretty nice and clean. So make sure you don't use that trash. That is bad. This thing, super useful, like a vertical saw. Again, whatever, 300 bucks, something like that. It's the same price range. It has a little pedal right here, so you just click it. And it does the job. So like for example, I'm gonna build intercooler tanks, and I'm gonna use this bandsaw to cut parts before I weld them together, right, in the right shape that I need. And of course, this little thing, very compact. Ugh. Okay, so boy loop. I got this little guy. Okay, see, it's so tiny. It's like a Barbie size boy loop, I'm telling you. So I use it for the blade when I start cutting. So this bandsaw, I'm sorry guys, it's gonna be loud today. So this bandsaw, it doesn't have that special hydraulic mechanism that you can control the speed, how fast it goes down. You have to do it just basically manually. That's it. It just goes down like that under its own weight, and sometimes it's not enough for stainless, because stainless is pretty damn hard, so you need to control it with your hands. So yeah, I usually just, I'm here and just make sure I just push a little bit so it cuts a little faster. The blade is so thin. This is the original one that comes with the saw. It's so easy to bend it, it's so bad. But the one I got, for some reason, just doesn't fit here. I don't know, I'm gonna figure that out later. So now I'm using whatever I have. So what I did to adjust the straight cut, so we need to make sure we cut it square, right? So it has this like angles, and it has 0 right here, and it's not actually 0 at all. It's a little bit off that way. So how I set it up, I make sure that this angle here is 90 degrees to the blade. That's very important, because the blade is a little bit off the actual other side of the saw. So you need to take like an angle and just measure it and see that this thing is 90 degrees to the blade. That's first thing. And then you need to adjust these guys, the rollers, because when it's turned this way too much, the blade, it doesn't cut straight down, it cuts a little bit angled like that. That's what I figured while I was cutting few pieces, and they turn out pretty bad. But whatever, I'm gonna use it anyway. So I just adjusted the rollers on this side and on this side. You can actually move this part, the rollers, closer, so you have less less blade open to the surface, so it's more like stiff here, right? But still, the blade is very soft. It's so thin. So I'm gonna change it, and I highly recommend to change it too. If you guys are gonna buy something like that, you need to get a better blades. And the best blades I can recommend is Lennox. I don't know better brand honestly for any bandsaw blades. So I'm gonna figure that out, and once I find the right size, I will share with you later. Right now I just don't have it because the one I got is not the right size. I don't know how it happened, but anyway. So yeah, I highly recommend to move these ones as close as possible to the actual part that you're gonna cut. That way you can control the blade better, so it's not like wonky like that. But still, this is maximum in and this is maximum in, and we still have a lot of open space. I would like to have this one move farther, closer to the part here, but I can't because this is maximum. Anyway, it has its own you know, bad things, but honestly for the price it's pretty damn good. And of course my setup for my welding place. So 3 extremely cheap welding tables. You guys got the link in one of the previous videos. My organizer, so I have stuff that I need here. Of course my machine is here, and I want to show you something. This is my like gas lenses and cups kit, so I always have whatever I need. I have for aluminum, I have stuff for stainless and titanium, right? Because this one is it's a huge one. It's a Edge 23 cup. Look at the size of this thing. This is purely for titanium because stainless doesn't need that much. And I need to bring my positioner because it's not here yet. My friend is just trying it at his shop. I'm gonna pick it up later. And this trailing cup, when I weld titanium one positioner, I use it with a 15 edge cup like that, and I'm getting silver perfect welds. Yeah, so this is charger for batteries, some clamps, caliper, of course. This is very important stuff. God damn it, I can't open it. You know what how caliper looks like. My recommendation, get a file, single cut, fine file. Got it at Harbor Freight. It's Nicholson, I think. It's like 10 bucks. And this is very important thing. This is an angle finder. So you just, before you turn on, you just need to zero it. You see it's like a double layer. You need to put it together perfectly, so it's lined up. Then you turn it on, and now it's at 0. And you can measure angle. I tied it up, but now you can measure angle, you know. You can see what you need to cut. So yeah, this is the most important tools that you need to have at your shop. I mean, you can build almost everything with this kind of setup. And of course my perch plugs in this SSPW box. I like this organizer. Just keep everything together. Bam, bam. Little things for the hose. Yeah, I'm ready to weld. Of course, 100% you need vise, so the vise will hold the part for you when you weld it. For example, I can't weld this oval pipe on the positioner because it's oval, like, you know, it's gonna be pretty hard. So I'm gonna weld it manually, and this way I can just use my vise, tie it up, and flip it when I'm ready for the next weld, you know, so it's not gonna shake and it's not gonna roll on my table, you know. It needs to be fixed, so that's why I like the vise. And also you can adjust the angle here. You can like lift it up this way, so it's gonna be easier for you. Highly recommend something like that. I just got it on Amazon, I think. You can buy it anywhere online, nothing special here. Yeah, highly recommend to get a machine with water cooler and water cooled torch, so that way it's capable of welding thick aluminum, like for example intercooler cores, right? Yeah, so this is my setup. Tungsten rulers, stuff like that. This is a fixture for back perch. I used to have them on my website. I just don't have time to make more. This is third hand. I built it, actually. Used to have it on my website also. Now I just don't have time to build anything. So yeah, guys, easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's still out at the shop. I can't even like film anything there. So I just want to finalize this episode. To be honest, you don't need a lot of fancy stuff to start building something cool, either for yourself or you just want to start a side hustle. Sorry. So basically, all you need to have to start building stuff is a bandsaw, and it can be really cheap. Belt sander, because you still need to make stuff square. You still need to belt sand the face of the parts before you weld them together. Also, it works great for beveling, like stainless elbows and like pie cuts, whatever, because stainless is pretty thick and you need to have just a slightly beveled edge, so that way your puddle will run much more predictable and much more controllable. You don't need that for titanium. Also, if you want to build some like intercoolers and stuff like that, you really need belt sander to belt sand the pieces for tanks before you weld them together. I'm going to show you this kind of stuff in next episode, the way I use this kind of stuff. And you need really good belt for your belt sander. Don't use that cheap trash that comes with it. It's pretty bad, and it's gonna you're gonna have contamination in your weld, because it's just like a sand paper, and it's gonna stay in there in your cut that you're gonna belt sand. So don't do it. Get really good belt for your belt sander. It's not that expensive, honestly, if you look at it in long term, because it's gonna last longer. Plus, just use boil loop even for your belt sander belt, and for any like blades, for drilling. It's just like, I use boil loop for literally everything at the shop. It works amazing, and there is no contamination after. You just clean it up with acetone after that, and it welds perfectly. Like, everything is nice and clean. You need to deburr your stuff. That's why I highly recommend to have e-file, the way I showed you, because you can use like a small deburr tool for like aluminum or even titanium. But for stainless, it's very hard, so it's better to use something like not manual, like actual electrical tool, like e-file, the way I have one that I have at the shop. It's a little bit pricey, but you just buy it once and you use it. That's it. What else you need? Also, you need few sizes of cups for welding, right? You just need a gas lens, you need to like a smaller cup for welding aluminum, you need a cup for stainless because it needs a little bit more protection, and if you want to work with titanium, you need to have bigger cups because titanium requires a lot of gas and a lot of protection. It's very, very, very reactive with oxygen. So that's basically what you need, and any welding machine to start with. I don't recommend to get something too expensive if you can't, or something too cheap and shitty. I don't want to recommend this kind of stuff just because it's probably gonna bring you a lot of problems, and you don't want that. You just want to fire it up and work, right? That's all you need. That's why I recommend Everlast welders, because I work with the brand for 7 years now. My first machine is still back in Russia at my friend's shop doing the job perfectly. 7 years old Everlast. It's EXT210. So, and plus it has all the essential stuff in the kit with the machine, like foot pedal, TIG torches, and it also has even like a gas regulator. It's pretty cheap one, but you know, when you just like put everything together and start learning and start like learning how to build something, it's enough. I'm not joking. And of course you need a bottle of argon. Nothing crazy, really, nothing crazy. So yeah guys, I hope that video was helpful for you, because I guess if you want to set up your shop, that's why you're watching me. And if you have any questions, please let me know below in the comments. I'm reading all the comments, guys, and if I have a quick response, I'm gonna just respond to you in the comments, or I can make a video based on your question, and that way you can help me to create better content that you guys really want to watch. So any questions, please comment under this video, and I'm gonna read everything, and we'll see what I can come up with for the next one. So I'm gonna come back to the shop. I need to start building the intercooler. I will try to film while I'm building stuff, because it's pretty hard to do everything together at the same moment. Yeah, and in the next episode I will share you how I measure and build intercooler tanks. Yeah. Okay, see you next time guys, and have a great week.